What's going on, my friends? Monk Xylio here. Be sure to like, subscribe, and tune in because we're talking about Tesla being a flat earther today. I know it's a trigger for a lot of people, but I just need people to learn. Tesla proved flat earth is alive and an intuition and flat all in the same time. He proved it was a matrix realm, a firmament frequency realm, and it's something I just wanted to talk to you guys right now about. I don't have a lot of editing skills, so feel free to comment down below if you can help me with editing, but let's start getting the knowledge out there. I'm not too worried about it. This is called grounding. It's not being scruffy or lazy. This is called grounding. Your hair is a direct extension of your neurological system, which directly correlates with all this we're about to talk about now with Tesla being a flat earther. But again, that's another video, and again, I'll start making them for you guys. I'm new at this. I'm gonna get a new camera. Right now I'm using a phone, so we got the green screens and stuff like that. I even have a green screen, but let's go with sunbeams, because they say don't use natural light, but I don't want you to see me. I'm not here for any one person or any group or entity. I'm here for my soul is not from this realm. I came here to help you. Okay, strong man. I'm only here because you guys are allowing me to be here. You listening here on this video is projecting me as an image in this frequency matrix field, which is level in all directions per water. Again, be the water. Just like Bruce Lee had said in one of his quotes. Something for you to look up. So how people can debate flat firmament lands versus the global heliocentric theory world versus the earth, all they want. Okay, you can come debate me, I'll go all day with you, that's fine. Knowledge is forever. It's circular, just like time. There's no line, it's a circle. Okay, so we can do this all day, and history repeats itself. So when you lose touch to that intuition, to the knowledge of that, you already know where we all come from, where the truth lays. The truth needs not my help, okay? But suppressing someone like Tesla, suppressing people like flat earthers, who are some of the most divine, intellectual, intuitive, intelligent people I've ever met. And this is over doctors, lawyers, judges, CEOs, these people of earth, these shamans, these people who can look at you and read you while you're judging are the people who should be in the courthouses, are the people who should be in leadership, who should be the rulers. Okay, we should all treat each other like kings of kings. Kings of kings. You know what I mean? Kings of kings, my friends. The love comes in respecting thy neighbor. Okay? Grow your hair out. Extend that connection and start. You may not be able to sleep at night when you grow your hair out. You start connecting to all the crazy frequencies of life. You see these girls shaving their heads off. This means slavery. But let's stick on point. That's a whole nother video, okay? But it does correlate with us and Tesla learning about these things, learning about how to connect these energies, okay? So Nikola Tesla already proved the former, which is the true matrix, okay? Tesla could have been an entity, a bloodline, a she, a he, who it could have been a group of people like flat earthers, like revolutionaries who learned this stuff, and they put it all into one basket so that it could be manipulated. There's no ultimate truth around the understanding of the history except for the fact that it's been suppressed. And the records that have come out recently showing CIA involved, or Nikola Tesla being murdered, and then Elon Musk being the guy stealing his name today, which is a fraud, which is an actor. Go ahead and tag him in this video. I'm already blocked on Facebook for 30 to 90 days for sharing knowledge which will wake masses up in such a way it'll free them from this matrix we live in, whether it be learning how to grow, or running a business, or learning a bartering system and a trading system, and not connecting with the technology, which is the beast. Because Nikola had told us and taught us, even if we lost connection to it, that all divine wisdom comes from within. Nikola Tesla was a creationist, was a creator. Okay, so Tesla found that Mother Earth's frequencies was where this heartbeat of ours comes from. The Schumann the Schumann resonances, resonances, you guys know what I'm talking about, and the circadian rhythms, so firmament frequencies, and then the Earth's heartbeat, so the heartbeat, where your heartbeat comes from. And again, we'll make another video where frequencies and heartbeats are being harnessed. So you have an irregular heartbeat today. You're supposed to be taking deep breaths. The breath is the spirit, you know, so we have irregular heartbeats, irregular breaths. You know, people want to make fun of me for ground wave emergency network towers, so make sure you subscribe to this video, like, and look up also Kirby Foster. Subscribe, like, hit the bell, and look up Gwen Tower's Silent War by Kirby Foster. And watch that video and tag your friends in it. It's knowledge for you. Again, you are here and you created me to be here. It is for you. And I hope it's the puzzle piece to complete your life and your truth seeking skill, and you could come back and treat me like a king, and I'm treated and vice versa. Kings of kings, queens of queens. And let's connect to the fact that Tesla found out about these rhythms in this firmament and in these heartbeats of the earth, of this plane, right? So again, take the H at the end of earth and put it in the beginning. You have heart, right? So matrix field. So Tesla's found out Mother Nature's electromagnetic heartbeats vibrate perfectly with the intuitiveness and geometrical form of your brain, okay? The projected images of frequencies of how your brain works, and the pineal gland's connection with the vibrational patterns and the geometric forms of sacred geometry, which is created in your mind, which is the true language vibration of all life. So it corresponds with the nonlinear rates, which pulsate as all elements. So again, now you're talking elements, which is a whole nother video. I'll make you look for another video of the 4 elements, and I'll teach you guys what I understand and know about this one as well. But you know, psychological astral projections of the stars and the torus field, because we're on a plane. So he's talking about the frequencies of free energies and connecting with them, and how over the last 7,500 years they've been harnessed. So you have a torus field dome. You can make a star in a jar. Now these stars obviously affect us in ways where you could talk about the different water signs, fire signs, rock signs, and air signs. Again, you know, fire sign is a destruction of frequencies. So it would be electrical frequencies in water, and then earth, and then oxygen and air. But the frequencies are what's also been hidden from us as well. So the plane, the earth, the frequencies. Fire is in place of electricity, which should be this frequency energy. This is the psychological projection astrologies of humans, where you could go and read them, and you know, I can read people, and I know I'm an empath with them, and you can kind of just know what people are thinking before they think it or before they say it. You know, some people are put right into the loony bin because they say they hear voices, which is, you know, today Gwen Towers have a government patent out where they can literally vibrate frequency patterns into your brain. Go turn up a frequency frequency tone very high at like 22,000 hertz, and then really low at like 432 hertz, and these are vibrational patterns of your mind and how it operates off of feelings: anger, sadness, happiness. So these Gwen Towers can control that. Tesla's knowledge would have you know of this firmament earth frequencies in this flat earth, and the earth of the heartbeat of our earth. You would know that Tesla's enlightened these heartbeats constantly change according to everything different, pattern from size, time, place, and situation, and exist always. So in short, Tesla proved Mother Nature, the firmament, is omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. So it tells us 3 things about where we are and who we are. So Mother Nature is a physical infinite, which means flat and level electromagnetic consciousness field, not a limited cosmos. Remember, cosmos means, you know, rulers. You know, cosmos does not mean external. Universe is the verse of you within. That's the inner verse of you, right? Universe is an internal thing, okay, not an external, not a nothingness of space. That's, you know, look up my boy ODD TV and look up his on the Never Ending Story, the paganism. You know, you were brainwashed with the never ending story as a child. And research my boy ODD TV and watch that, because that's given me a lot of motivation to sit here and give you this knowledge. Because again, I don't believe in just be of all lies. So I don't say I know it's like I don't want to be negative, but again, a lot of people that don't want to help, don't want to wake up, people want to be slaves. Again, I got that all from my boy ODD TV, so thank you for that context, because you know, you can't just push this on people. People need to learn of it themselves. Nothing I say here in this video can't be researched. I can make stars in jars, research it. You can connect to the astral projections of people, research it. Look some of my videos after I make them, you'll learn. So Mother Nature is the physical infinite, meaning it's flat and level, like an electromagnetic field of intuition. Not a limited cosmos, not a limited nothingness with limited plans. Not limited life, not with mass dust particles in the sky. We're talking firmament frequency energies above, heavens above, the waters above separated from the waters below. That's in scripture. Okay? So there is no other natural power besides hers, the firmament, our earths and firmaments. All others are merely man-made frequencies of harnessed, converted, and therefore perverted energy, which seek to imitate, override, and replace her perfect patterns. So the torus field, government patents, again, research my boy Randolph Sutton and Ryan Hooks and Roger Anderson, the flat man. You know, we have some stuff from the Vatican Library, and I know it's in Chinese, but it shows the torus field. It shows government patents in the created torus field, talking about man-made energies, like a man-made moon, a man-made stars, and how you can make these stars in jars. I've seen it all. I've seen it. I'm talking even water expansion. You've seen water expand when it freezes. Okay, imagine doing it with a Tesla coil and a particular element, which allows 1 cup of water to turn into a gallon. And imagine taking that cup and putting it in a wheel and making ultimate power. And that's just one example of how no one's going to need government when they start waking up to this stuff. Everyone can live freely in their home, build a garden, build a free energy magnetic water wheel of water expansion. These things are all hidden from you, which is why geocentric facts are also hidden from you, and white magic is also hidden from you. And this ultimate power is nothing besides our earth and our firmament, you know? And at the center, where they say, you know, God itself, himself, the oneness, the intuition itself is making love with the earth. And that's where you see all those magnetic frequency lights in the sky, the north, you know, where the compass is pointing. No one ever, you know, thinking of Captain Jack Sparrow here, where's the compass point? Maybe we should all get on an expedition and go there. Everyone wants to talk about going south beyond the ice walls to the floating lands of Thoth, which we all know about because of Avatar, baby. Watch Avatar, watch The Matrix. But let's go to the center that everyone's trying to hide, Mount Monroe, the center, right? The center, the infinite, the portal, the infinite. See the center of our logo here? The infinite. So all other merely man-made frequencies of harness converted and therefore perverted, which seek to imitate, override, and replace her perfect frequencies, her patterns. Think not those behind this biological coup do not understand all implications of this information. They do. We all know what's up when we go out and say, yo, the earth is flat, okay? The earth is flat, or even the Freemason sign of flat earth, right? Or the Hitler flat earth. Are you kidding me? This is all Masonic. This is all satanic rituals trying to take a truth from you and hide it. What about the swastika? That's just the shapes of the dippers in the sky. Go outside and get a P900 camera and zoom in to the stars. And you'll see that they are man-created, or creations of the creation. Man is made in God's image. God is man, man is God. Sorry I get the wording mixed up, but as God is within alls. And we are on different levels of intuitive consciousness. You want to think of Earth as anything, think about it as the flat plane matrix, and there's different levels to this shit. Okay? There's different levels to this shit. Not only is anything you believe or imagine real, you can't even imagine how deep this all goes. So think not that that we don't understand the biological coup, that we don't understand all the implications of this matrix. We do. It is you and I who have been kept in the dark about their meaning. You know, when I have a 13-year-old girl who's top of her class, straight A's, smarter than her father that could homeschooled her to Harvard, and she knows of the heliocentric theory, meaning government indoctrination, he of hell who lies, sins, cheats, and tricks. Remember that, heliocentric. She took pictures of the flat plane of the earth in an airplane and said, had created her own form of flat earth understanding. Now she's being made fun of at school. But meanwhile at home, she knows the earth, wind, water, and fire elements. She knows the witchcraft, alchemy, understanding, and the hand and the eye. And she knows how all these satanic occult rituals and Ra's legion is what's controlling all this knowledge, keeping you from this knowledge. So I know that's all a lot, but remember, when you're thinking and you're connecting to these frequencies and to this intellectual knowledge, everything connects, okay? And if a child can connect to this, then so can you. You just need to unlearn everything you've been indoctrinated. Government curriculum, kindergarten through 12th grade is nothing but mathematical dumbification and heliocentric theory. So he of hell who lies, sins, cheats, and tricks. And then you never learn about sacred geometry and the way that your brain functions off of frequencies. So even all the way back down to getting brainwashed with, you know, the magic school bus and stuff like that. So, you know, the Matrix, you know, so we've been kept in the dark because they expose all activities not of the Matrix as destructive towards our firmament. Tesla just happened to come along and uncover the total human source of all of our suffering, lining up with what CERN is doing today, and the complete destruction of our firmament silicon environment by December 21st, 2012. Therefore, it was for this one momentous discovery and no other Tesla was discredited. You know, he knew of destroying the great trees, of bringing a carbon environment 66.6 on the elemental scale. Destroying great trees. You know, how did a god go to the toppest tree, the toppest hill of the highest tower to see all the face of the earth? How do you have four corners of the earth? If you have a fucking disc, excuse my language, cursing is a double hex. So sorry for that, you know what I mean? Study your etymology. The alphabet alone is symbolism for witchcraft. So heliocentric, he of hell who lies, sins, cheats, and tricks. So keep you know, stay aware of the way language is even a mind prison alone. Tesla was discredited, and Edison and, you know, Mark Twain stole these truths because he was just understanding them, and they were stolen from him. You know, CERN is, you know, opening these portals and destroying these firmament frequencies and harnessing souls today from that, harnessing our energies, our frequency energies of our mind, and the electromagnetic field of the sky, with the torus field as well, which you guys see as stars. You know, because it is also proved that he intended the use of the electromagnetic field and the subconscious mind power by him, the power grid connected corporations. This grid, it connects and manipulates politics, the Federal Reserve leader, where your straw man comes from, you know, and the followers of the dark arts, creating a carbon-based environment to control firmament's heartbeat. It's not only immoral, but lethal to our brains, bodies, earths, trees, food, conning to humanity, and looking away from Tesla's enlightenment. So this dude was shut down, slop, you know. Again, Kirby is explaining this knowledge on his videos, on his page, and gets blocked for 90 days, right? Monk Xylio explains this stuff on his page. He gets blocked for 60 to 90 days. Understand your straw man. Understand how you are, you know, a warehouse receipt with your birth certificate, right? And the Cestui in 1666, and how they manipulate you into an estate bank, and you are the money, and you're the slave, and your body and physical debt and physical labor pays off the debt to this manipulated fraud of a Federal Reserve. So again, this one connection to the frequencies would just blow the roof off of everything. So of course they don't want you to know about flat earth Tesla. They want you to believe that Edison stole his, you know, is the creator of these lights that are bad energy frequencies for you. Look up the CFL bulbs and how bad those frequencies are for you. They're horrible. You need natural sunlight. If it's bad for my video, well, tough love. It looks like you don't know about grounding. Another video, right? So the story goes, you know, once he realized the firmament's magnetic subconscious energy field was the sole source of all of the advanced levels of health and intelligence, including of which his own, He refused to continue to abuse what he knew was the only matrix of life. This is when he took down the free energy thing. He did take it down. It wasn't just the government that shut it down. What a way to manipulate a story. He wasn't trying to give all that free power to the powers that be, because we weren't going to have the connection to be able to do it ourselves. So for more than this, he was attempting to tell the public to do the same, to bring back a silicon-based environment which would allow all life to live and connect harmoniously through each other's pineal gland, right, and firmament fields above. This is something the powers which be could not have happening. You learn it from Avatar. It's not a fake situation. This is some real stuff. You know, you shouldn't be eating animals. You should be riding them. You shouldn't be believing in dinosaurs. You should be believing in dragons. You shouldn't be believing in aliens. You should be believing in the reptilian part of your brain, which has been dissected from our DNA and then put in other animals and been empowered, which is the dark side of your thoughts, which is where the darkness comes from. So they empower the negative part of your brain. That's it. And now we're going through the Great Awakening. It's no longer going to be this way. Our pineal glands are growing and becoming dormant. Hence, the kids are going to be more woke than you today. Stop sending them to heliocentric theory school. Homeschool them. Send them to me. I will teach children. I take a lot of pride in being a truther or a business owner and a good friend and a family man, but ultimately I'm a father. I'm a father of daughters. And that's how you speak. You don't say people. You don't say parents. That's parentals. People is not an individual. Look that up. That's another video. We'll stay on Tesla for right now. So he's attempting to tell the public, this is what Tesla was doing. He's shutting himself down, like we were just talking about, bringing back a silicon-based environment. So imagine trees 60 miles wide. One piece of fruit could feed all of Earth, you know? Could not live harmoniously with each other. So the pineal gland today, this is something the powers that be didn't want to happen. They prevented the New World Order, which is in full effect today, which is why we live in these dead skeleton trees. You think you own a home and stuff, right? No, you have to pay property taxes. You know, the New World Order, from electrically manipulating all the powers which could not be happened. You know, it would have prevented this New World Order. From electrically manipulating all material patterns of the earth before even having a chance to institute its improved method. In fact, Tesla's discovery was even threatening old ways to do the same. This also revealed Tesla's enlightenment was an ancient and not modern activity, which simply toys with the electrical system of our bodies, hearts, pineal glands, and as well of our intuition, consciousness, by also the old grid, both inside and outside of us. There are also many other studies that have also been done on this subject, including those by the US government, and all of them also confirm Tesla's assessment of our mutual matrix, the oneness and the biological fact it cannot be played with without suffering the loss of our material patterns for health and intelligence. You don't need computer chips in your hand. You don't need the RFID chip. You don't need a chip in your eye to see these games. You don't need to live in a virtual reality world. You can create it right here with your thoughts. You could create it right now and where you stand. You don't need to go to a different place. You could create your world, your matrix, your heaven right here. Kings of kings, my friends. So kings of kings. However, the research calls for the activity of our energy, the background noise, which interferes with their power and its machinery. So if you want to believe in a reptilian mindset or inside of a Satan or a hell, it's in the technology. Technology has always been around. It's not new and it's not expanding. It's quite the opposite. It's actually dumbing down our society and keeping us from connecting to our intuitive powers. You don't just pick up the phone and call someone because the phone told you to, but it's becoming to get that way today. Normally you would go off of intuition. I want to make a phone call. I want to take this information and share it with humanity. This is intuition. This is intuition. Does that make sense? This is what's real. If you start connecting to this technological world, of course I've got degrees in it which take me to a master level. I can take, which is irrelevant. The guy who founded college, did he go to college? Okay, your brain is more powerful than a quantum computer. Period. Your voice and your spirit and your brain create. So this research and the activity of this background noise, the Z is the S in etymology is the snake, and the witchcraft, the Z is the distortion. So of course they don't want you to know about clean magic, white magic, firmament frequencies with When they know distortion, and the music industry is what they use to manipulate the masses. They use the distortion. They use negative sound frequencies to plant your mind, to control you. And that's how your brain works. It works off of those projected images of vibrational patterns and sounds. God spoke into existence, right? God spoke and created. You speak into existence, sound. So their research calls for the activity of our energy, the background noise, which interferes with their power. And the frequencies of the man-made grid and its technology interfere with our biology. So you see all these power lines and these CFL light bulbs and the torus field, which holds the stars and our moon in the sky or in the firmament. The torus field, look it up. Hidden Vatican underground information, right? You're prevented from this knowledge. So these frequencies are man-made, and it's technologies which interfere with our biology. Gwen Towers, look up Kirby Foster, The Silent War. Like, subscribe, follow. The government endorses all this. It's a silent war, Gwen Towers, Silent War by Kirby Foster. Look up that video. Now enforces the use and abuse of both Mother Nature's and our own electromagnetic firmament field. Gravity is not real. It's not a force. It's buoyancy and density. Gravity is a word for heavy. That's it. It's a Latin Greek word for heavy. It means heavy. It's heavier than the surrounding area. Electromagnetic energy, frequencies, torus field. Anyways, look that up. In short, the truth, we are all in the same field of what amounts to being uncreated and undenying energy in material form. You can't deny that. We are immortal beings when not prevented from being so by human-made interference of the harnessed, converted, and perverted distortions. So creation is the original sin. Again, there's a balance in these things. There's no good versus evil. That's the original lie for manipulation of control. There's a balance. What's good for a water sign is not good for an air sign. What's good for a fire sign is not good for a rock sign. And that's all based off of knowledge of the stars, without even getting into astrology. That's another video. Follow me later on and look for the video of the elements, earth, wind, water, and fire, and I'll lace you on that knowledge. So as of 2018, the abusive frequencies are ever-present deterrent in this microbial genome disruption and the DNA deactivation, splitting of the double helix, in standard because the former in the physical presence of the infinite pattern suffers. It's disuse. We should be connecting with it, making beautiful sounds, and understanding what praying means through meditation correctly, and bringing a connection between the people and telekinetically connecting with each other and bringing abundance to one another and giving. What was to be physically composed by the firmament's perfect resonances or sounds or frequencies emitted simply cannot come into material existence when we are immersed in nothing but man-made conditions, right? So hence our brain and our body lose their parts until the whole fades back into frequencies so thin they cannot be sensed anymore by the biological systems which have been robbed of the physical ability to be infinitely aware of all intuition, consciousness of all oneness. Does that make sense? Rewind it if you didn't get that. You see, there is one more fact about Mother Nature's heartbeat, because this oneness in all of us connect, it has the rate of a living consciousness, intelligent being who is wide awake. So an ultimate light being, like the ultimate shaman, the ultimate God, the ultimate Jesus, Buddhist, Quran, any God you want. The ultimate God in your perception of a God, which is all of us, which is all gods, which is something that is wide awake. And it's the same heart. If your heartbeat is one with the earth, you are what is known as God. Okay? So something to look up. Everything I put in here are things that you can easily research. You see, there's that, but the loss of the all-seeing, all-knowledge tree of life, hence Earth, the Matrix, perception is exactly what the New World wants. They don't want you to know who you are, where you are, right? They don't want you to know about what, of the situation, her and her entire physical body, for then it is powers that be can instead finally become the soul source programming, where you have a downloaded consciousness on a computer chip and they're running you. And they've been doing this for the last 7,500 years. You have a downloaded consciousness on a computer chip, building great armies, building giant robots, building the industry. You're watching political science on TV and they're actually robots. And this is nothing new. You can see my boy Ryan Hooks, and ODD TV talk about these clone glitches and how they've been around for a very, very long time. Very long time. It's nothing new. So human cloning is nothing new. And this is blow the flat earth theory out of the water, the he of hell who lies, sins, cheats, and tricks theory of water, the Jolly Roger flag out of the water, firmament frequencies being hidden from you out of the water, the matrix, the giant trees. The Tesla being a flat earther is irrelevant. He's a truther. He's a truther. Flat earth comes with that. All right? Check that out, you know? So, you know, follow me. Like this, okay? Hit the bell. Ding. Lights going off. Share it with your friends who are trying to neglect you. Let them know I have 3 master's degrees. Let them know who founded college, never went to college. This is anything, anyone can research this. You know, you can't research a spinning ball. You can't go see it. You've never seen the earth. You've never seen it. You've seen C.G.I. images. And we can go talk to my boy out here in Las Vegas, who's an artist and paints these things. And it's painted balls for NASA his whole life. And if you look at the globe in my daughter's school, underneath it, it says, not for educational purposes, not for learning purposes. The bottom of a globe, where you're spinning on a ball. No, you're not. You know? It's the New World Order. They don't want you to know this. And, you know, they want to become the mechanadian, the limited controllers of the global awareness of all life's brain and body and consciousness so that you can't connect to intuition. Their entire system is designed to wake people, or to make people and keep people asleep. Keep humanity asleep. Keep them sheeple. Keep them that way. Keep them asleep in all they think, all that they do, all that they are, and all that they know, and where they are, and what their being means. And so my question is for you, in this video of Tesla being a flat earther and the truth, is do you want this all happening to you? Did you look at the video by Kirby Foster, Gwen Towers, Silent War by Kirby Foster? YouTube it. Do you understand how that works? Do you understand how these frequencies are being used as weaponry, cyclotron lasers, and weather manipulation? And this is just a start. The frequencies are the answer to the knowledge that people are seeking when it comes to truthing. And it's easy to understand. Everything I'm speaking of, torus fields, government patents, looking, you know, the proof of ancient civilizations, which were us, more in tuned, which has been taken away over time. You see, artificial intelligence is nothing new. Nanotechnology and neural dust is nothing new. And you know, they're taking microscopic, you know, nanoparticle dusts that are, you know, robotic, and they're getting it into your skin, and it's getting in your hair, and it's the whole nine. It's manipulating the way you think. So my question is again, do you want this happening to you? Because Tesla did not. So of course he's hushed. Of course I'm banned on Fedbook. Of course. Tesla didn't want this, you know? But then he still left some of his firmaments resonating truth. So he left them for us to know, for us to find. The truth doesn't need my help. You can go find this stuff.